A war of words has erupted between Charlie Kirk and CNN's esteemed intellectual Van Jones over the Charlotte stabbing. Let's get into it.
The narrative that they have pushed forward in the last 10 years is that there is a relentless assault against black people on behalf of white people. And the data does not show that. In fact, it's the exact opposite. White individuals are actually more likely to be attacked, especially even per capita, by black individuals in this country.
People like Charlie Kirk, Van, they've been looking for opportunities to make this some sort of like reciprocal George Floyd situation. And that's the part that I think he's almost giving away the game. And it's sad to see a lot of people going along with it.
We don't know why that man did what he did. And for Charlie Kirk to say, we know he did it because she's white, when there's no evidence of that, is just pure race mongering, hate mongering. It's wrong.
All right, time out. I swear, it's amazing how uninformed these people that do these shows are. But let's clue Van into the obvious here before we continue.
Then he says that if something like that had happened the other way, there would be sweeping changes imposed on society. Where is the George Floyd Policing Act? It didn't pass. Even when you had a white police officer murder a black man on live television, the whole world saw.
According to the courts, yes, a murder. But according to our two eyes and functioning brain, a fentanyl overdose by a low-life criminal. But go on.
It's about the fact that we don't know how to deal with people who are hurting in the way this man was hurting. Hurt people hurt people.
Yes, he was just a hurt person. So you see, we should have some empathy for him, okay? We don't know what he was going through. That could have been you or I having a bad day and deciding to stab a woman in the neck over it. Charlie Kirk, your response.
Race hustler, Marxist, Van Jones. When a white person is murdered, we don't burn down the country. But when George Floyd overdosed on drugs, it's Floydapalooza. Van Jones, he puts race in almost every situation where it doesn't exist. For example, with the death of George Floyd, Van Jones repeatedly said that it was a racist attack. You know who didn't say that? Keith Ellison, who is the Attorney General of Minnesota at the time, said that race did not play any role in the actions that happened with George Floyd's death. All of a sudden, when we make the left live up to their own standard of rules, there is complete silence by the entire American media. And then Van Jones goes on television and calls me a race hustler for even calling out the facts and the specifics around this case. Van Jones, he wants to keep on trying to find racial motives that they don't exist, and he ignores them when they're in broad daylight in front of him on recorded video and a horrendous attack such as this. The media doesn't care about this, and we should start asking why.